Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Keepers League 3.27. In this episode, I'm showing my mapping strat from the beginning. There's the shrines, domination, fast maps where you just rush the boss, and then you get the altars from Eater to get divine orbs and currency duplication, div card duplication, and you're trying to hit apothecaries from scrying the apothecary onto dunes, and then we actually hit a map duplication there on our fortress already on this map. It's actually insane. So yeah, I'm gonna commentate over this gameplay. It's an hour of running the strategy, and then I also mixed in another part of the strat, and so I added ornate incubators to my gear throughout the video. Basically, we're getting like 2,000 to 4,000 kills a map in like a minute or two, and so you can pop an ornate incubator every map or two, which is pretty crazy. And then you can actually buy stacks of ornate incubators instantly, and they price them per stack, not per one. So you could buy like a stack, 10 ornate incubators for only 40c. So in 40 of the ornate incubators, if you get a divine, it's pretty good. And then you can also hit a mirror. I won't spoil anything. And then as well, you're doing fast maps, you get as many altars as possible, and then I changed the FPS to 60 there. The first one was only 30, so now it's going to be a lot more smoother for the rest of the vid. And then, yeah, you try to hit the shrines first when you come into a map, because you actually want to try to get an acceleration shrine. So usually I shrine hop, and I'll run into the league mechanic if it's the circle one, because while it's expanding, you can get some extra kills, but it's really not worth it. And I just skipped the tower defense ones completely because they take too long, and I wanted to just do fast maps. Divine Orb, I'm rich. Oh yeah, I actually have some audio over some of the drops, so I'll have the double. This is extra audio over the video post because I mostly wasn't talking when I was doing this, and then I would talk about some of the loot every now and then, but yeah. And then this strat was actually really sick, and you just run around, explode AG, zombies kill everything, and I just collect shrines. And really, after you get the acceleration and the covetous for the extra quantity and rarity, and the acceleration shrine for the action speed, the 75% action speed, you don't really need to click the extra shrine, so you could save some extra clicks. 2 older maps, not bad. And then, yeah, for the ornate incubators, to already pop a divine was pretty good. So I think it's actually really worth it to do the to do these ornate incubators, and the fact that you can buy them so easily, and it adds extra loot, and you're basically processing other people's ornate incubators from their legion farm, because I'm assuming that legion farmers can't open all their incubators. They're getting too many for how many kills they're getting per map, and then so they just stack up, and then so they sell them. And then with this strat, I get just such a high amount of kills so quickly that it's really good at popping ornate incubators. I found that if you do the league mechanic, it's like 400 or 500 kills. It's pretty good, but it's not insane for how long you have to like spend to do it. And then you really notice like how slow it truly is, because you're getting like it goes up by like 3 and 5 and like really slow numbers in the circle one, especially after you stabilize. It keeps spawning and it counts as kills, but it spawns so slowly that it's just not worth it. It's like 5 monsters every few seconds. It's insane. It's where I also noticed there's not that many monsters in Delve as I thought, and I went back and I look at my old Delve and I'm like, wait, there really isn't that many monsters. This is kind of crazy. I, for some reason, had it in my head that there was way more than I was actually seeing, which is really weird to me, but it is what it is. And so yeah, fast maps. I tried to, whenever I see a lightning, the green lightning, meaning Eater of Worlds spawned, with a chance of an altar, I try to spend a little extra millisecond on that area, because I want my minions to kill, and sometimes the lightning Eater of Worlds spawns are delayed, so you have to actually wait for them to actually spawn. And if I was optimizing this the most, I would recommend just picking the shrines towards the boss and rushing the boss as soon as possible to increase your chance of the divine altar on the minions. But I don't always do that, as you can tell. I just collect shrines that are closest instead of going straight to the map boss. And then some of the times I've like cleared the entire map before I even go to the map boss, and it's just a happenstance based on where the shrine spawns are. Exalted Orb proc, and we get a lot of the originator dunes from doing this, and they're still worth quite a lot, like 12C. Putting the incubators on was a little annoying, but kind of worth it. Especially if I hit a mirror, it would have been insane, obviously. I wonder how many incubators it is to a mirror. It's crazy, though. It was funny to just skip the league mechanic. And then just to do fast maps. And like, it's really weird to do fast maps and skip the league mechanic. Feels so weird. And then as I'm doing these, I'm getting like sentinels, and I'm thinking, man, how much better was just having a sentinel with your sentinel tree, and you have your perfect sentinel, and you walk in a map and you do fast maps. You're just fishing for sentinel loot, and you just click the sentinel, buff up the first few packs, get all the loot, and then leave. And you could run so many maps. You didn't even have to full clear, and you didn't even have to, oh, Sentinel League, dude. It was sick. But yeah. This strat's pretty good. Especially, like I say, high kills. I got a lot of gold during this too. A lot of loot. I'm putting on the title that this was... Well, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, well, it's going to be in the title already, so it's spoiled. It's over 20D an hour. It's way over, and so how much exactly, it doesn't matter because there's RNG, and I think it'll vary, but the price of divines is like 160, so they actually went up, and so just getting divines is really good, and then yeah, it's a really good strat, and this is what I was doing in the beginning, and it's so easy, so most builds can do it, especially with all the shrine buffs, and then the fast maps, and yeah, it's really good for gold, really good for loot, pretty fun, pretty fast. It's actually insane, and you get to just run the same map every time, back to back to back, it's amazing. And then yeah, I think the Ornate incubators were profit as well independently. So you could do this without even this farm. It doesn't have to be this farm specifically, but you could, yeah, do Ornate incubators. They were 4C per. I don't know what's going to happen after this video. Really sick strat though. And yeah, just skipping Hive Fortress, Hive, the tower defense. It feels so weird, dude. Already stacking up pretty good loot though. Even the first map we did was double fortress, dude. It was huge. Huge drops. God damn. I also thought about commentating over this. Might be a little much because it's a whole hour of gameplay, and I might at a certain point just let it go and let people chill watching it. Maybe they'll play it in the background while they run this strat too, and then at a certain point it might be annoying to keep talking about, like if I just start talking about nothing instead of yeah. But then with this, I actually was enjoying this strat quite a bit. It was a big difference, like I say, to the Delve, where I wasn't getting that many kills actually, or like Blight, and then to be so fast with the acceleration shrine, it is very unique to mapping, because where else do you get this? You're not going to get an acceleration shrine in your Hive Fortress, you don't get one in your Heist, you don't get it in Delve. It's actually insane having 75% action speed and just flying through the map. It feels so good. Oh, and then I had to get a trinket just so I could put an extra incubator on it. So you don't need to run Heist, you just get an incubator in your, a trinket in your inventory, a thief's trinket, and then that allows you to get the extra slot, and then with the extra slot, you get to use an extra incubator. So I highly recommend that. And then for altars, I guess I'll mention it. I mostly pick Quant every time, and that's to hit apothecaries, but also generic loot in general, obviously, but when I could, you know, obviously divine orbs, and you pick div duplication for the double apothecary and whatnot. But then sometimes when it's like rarity or a chance of div card for basic currency, I'll do the basic currency div card if I remember. But sometimes I just by auto I pick the rarity, which isn't that bad because I actually found so many unique leather belts and unique heavy belts during this 1 hour little test, and so it's not that bad. I don't know the exact odds. I don't think it's very likely. I don't think we're getting that many that it's really insane to get like rarity or unique double, but when the other option sucks, like it's alterations or scourings or something, it's an auto pick. And then it's fun with our build where we don't even have to read the mods of the altars. We just only look at the loot, and we get to pick maximum lootations, and we don't have to worry about the downsides. It's really sick. And then yeah, I'm up to like 1350 delve or something, 1400, but I wanted to post this, switch it up. Easy scribe, but nothing nothing good. I started to just not even pick one if it's bad, cuz why waste the click? Why have to put it in my stash and then have to deal with that later when it fills up my storage? Yeah. If I know they're junk. It actually feels so weird skipping the league mechanic. Every time. Every time I see it, I'm like, dude. I felt like they were gonna buff it. I thought they were gonna have another patch for the league mechanic. Feels weird to just leave it. To abandon it. See this map? I actually rushed the map boss. It just depends how I'm feeling when I open the map and how the shrine layouts are. And also, if I actually hit an acceleration shrine right away, I'll rush to the map boss instantly. But it's when I do shrine, 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 and I can't fucking get an acceleration shrine, I'm just like, you know? Easy exalted. The Ornate incubators were pretty fun, dude. Because you just think about it. Are you seeing in mapping this much extra divines and X? It's like you'd have to be doing harpies to be getting this much extra X, but then divine orbs like this, and like I say, when they're 160C, it's actually really good. It's profitable alone, but also the chance for the mirror would just be giga profit, obviously. And we had to hit a reflecting mist. And that was one of those breaches I should have ran. Oh, wait, no, it's a tower defense. I can't see the points on what I'm looking at, actually. Weird. Yeah. Really sick strat, though. And you can see that I backtrack sometimes for the spawns, because like I say, when you see the lightning, you know that you've spawned some Eater of Worlds, so you know to spend a little bit extra millisecond on that area, because they have a second to spawn in. It really helps. This is Covetous Shrine right away, easy quant rarity. And then this one, technically you could spell echo flame dash, but see, I did it. I'm actually clicking the button. It's so fast, dude. You got the cast speed, the spell echo, the double flame dash, the super distance, the teleportations. Especially when you're wanting the acceleration shrine, you're not hitting it. It's like, come on, go faster. You get used to it at a certain point when you're like perma acceleration shrine every map. There it is. Finally, dude. Whee! Super sick. Had to wait for the spawns. But then, yeah, these were just all corrupt. No quantity. I mean, no quality. No chisels. Just 4 domination scarabs, and I put an elder scarab. 1 elder scarab. So we farm those portals. I thought about putting Beyond with it, but I feel like it'd be extra delay, and I didn't want to make the maps take longer. I wanted to just zoom through them. I'm already getting delayed by the Eater of World spawns on the altars, so I didn't want extra delays. Because then I'd just be waiting for the spawns of the Beyond. But yeah, some of the maps, when I get my 8 mods, those are the Giga Juicy. And so technically you could just use 8 mods, but I just corrupted the maps myself and didn't worry about it. But you totally could. And then on the map boss, so I added brittle to my boot. So I start to run onto the boss to get the brittle. And then that's where actually I might take out the Perfect Dark Reaper because he was kind of griefing me. I would put Brittle Ground and then my Perfect Dark Reaper knock back the boss so that he isn't on the Brittle Ground. Or he also was like knocking back the boss so that it was outside of my zombie range, which was kind of delaying the kill sometimes. You'll see throughout the vid. And it was good for delving when you're cutting the regen of the enemy, but arguably after I noticed how little monsters there are in the delve, it got a lot less interesting to me. I don't know why. It was like, I was a bit surprised. I thought there was more. I don't know what happened there, but I even checked my old one. There's not that many spawning, so... And then I even used the zombie, the regular zombie with the melee splash, so it's like, if there wasn't even that many monsters, was that even good? I feel like the regular zombie in the 4000 delve was just good for the more life and not even really the melee splash, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm probably going to still return back to the delve this season with the chaos zombies because I like our build with the explosions and stuff, but like I'm saying, specifically maybe not the Dark Reaper, or I just only use the Dark Reaper for delving and he's honestly pretty cheap. It's like 1 or 2 C to buy the corpse, so I could just respawn him if I need to for just delving. But yeah, sometimes technically I could have done the league mechanic and then in that time put on the incubators, but it didn't match up very often. So I didn't worry about it. But then yeah, I bought so many of those incubators and I'm probably gonna get some more and keep doing this kind of stuff. And then this should still also be an add-on to my Blight Ravage when I farm it. I could farm incubators. It's I'm not getting very many since I don't use Lucky. I'm not getting a lot of the chest upgrading into League mechanics, so not very many Legion chests, so not very many incubators. Especially most people filter out all the incubators except for Ornate, and then the Ornates are only 4C, so even those aren't worth that much. I remember when there was like the high quality one, there was the high quality Ornate. I lagged on this map. This was ridiculous, dude. Canada server died on me. This happens sometimes. You just get unlucky on your Canada server. I'm assuming this one computer or whatever had issues, and now I'm connected to it, and it's just dying. It's just dying, man. What the? It wasn't mine. What is this? Let me play. True. Look at the delay. I clicked the shrine and I had to wait seconds. The wall's not disappearing when you lag, dude. The shrines aren't being collected. It's crazy. Actually crazy. So yeah. I wanted to get out of this map real quick. And then it's funny though. This happened and then every other map is perfectly fine. So it's just like one random server I connected to of Canada. Because even when you have a Canada server, it's not one computer, one server. It's probably multiple computers. And so I guess maybe I just got unlucky or there was like spike on that one. I don't know what was happening. Either way, we're good now. Got some extra maps. I had to roll more throughout. So technically, if you include the rolling of the maps or buying the 8 mods, if you do 8 mods instead, it'd be better with 8 mods. Obviously, you'll make even more money. But then there's the time to buy those. And in my case, crafting the other ones, it was alking them all and then valing them all and skipping cannot regen. And so, yeah, there is some extra time in that. It's not for free. But then, like I say, I believe it's over 20 easily. And I think it's way over. Like, I could probably claim way bigger numbers, but it's just 1 hour sample size, so I'd probably want to do more to see how consistent this is. But yeah, it was really sick though. Fortress? And then you're thinking, did you hit any apothecary? Bro, no spoiler, man. No spoiler. No spoiling the spoil. Why is it? Yeah. And then, I even... what was I gonna say? It was pretty fun, though. A lot of fun doing this. Divine Orb, I'm rich. Divine Orb, I'm rich. Got the double audio. The echo. You can see how fast the maps are and how fast the Ornate incubators pop, and I did do the leg mechanic a couple times. It just worked out that... And then look how long I had to wait, though. Like, I don't know how worth this is. Look at this. I got nothing. Like, legitimately, I actually waited for nothing. It's crazy. I don't know how worth it was sometimes. Is it what it is, though? I know something's coming up, so I'm waiting for it. I don't want to cut the audio yet. I want to react to it extra. It's gonna be sick. This was the Sentinel added currency to mobs, and the currency can drop as stacked decks, which is still funny to me because when you don't do a Sentinel currency, you don't drop stacked decks like this. And so why can they not drop as a basic currency, but they can drop as a basic currency from a Sentinel? So weird. Oh, maybe it was div card actually from my Sentinel because I didn't read them and I just assumed it was currency, but it was actually divination card and it doesn't drop divs, it drops tech decks. That's what it was. Oh, yeah, I started doing this thing where you don't read the Sentinel because it takes too long. You have to load the, like, put your mouse over it, hover the thing, see the GUI, read the thing, just click it and activate it, and it's good. Like, it's fine. It's much quicker, and then you don't even have to read it. That's where they start griefing them and making the Sentinels bad, where you don't want to activate them and you do have to read them. Like, what could they do? Make the toughening super high without empowering and with no loot, and so you're just making the mobs tougher for absolutely no reward. That would probably do it, but why would we want that? True. Don't do it. It was a bad idea, please. Yo, let me build my Sentinel. Let me just have a Sentinel. Yo, that'd be sick, man. It'd be sick for a little bit. I don't know if it'd be sick forever, but it would be pretty sick. I think people would all use it or be forced to use it because it'd be so good. It would probably have to be like giga balanced if it was all the time. But I also thought, like, if PoE 2 and 1 are separate and they could let PoE 1 be fun, then isn't that some of the, like, the best shit of PoE 1 was like Sentinels and making... There's a lot of, like, cool stuff that we couldn't have. Divine Altar! We hit a Divine Altar in the video. I think it'd be pretty, like, consistent because you're doing so many maps. So
Why aren't
many,
they proccing?
so many altars, so much chance, and fast maps. But yeah.
There we go.
3. How many am I gonna get, dude? I got double currency on this too. We're at like 7. 8, 9, 10. Oh shit, dude. The strat, the farm, it's insane, dude. Log in, PoE 1. Divine orbs, I'm rich. Our incubators are popping. More divine orbs, the double, the Vin dub, the divine orbs. How many is this? We're actually doing the league mechanic because the map was good because we hit Divine Altar. It doesn't matter when you hit the Divine Altar. And like I say, when the Divines are 160C,
20.
you're just laughing because yeah, this strat targets Divine Orbs and yo, they're worth a lot and we're rich. You see how fast the Marshal died, by the way? Varoon. And then I got no loot. Divine Orb. I'm rich. 2 monsters remain. They escaped with 2 Divine Orbs. There's a 3.9% chance, so it'd only be maybe like 7% of 1 Divine. 8%. I was super sick though. I'm at 22, and I think I had dropped 2 raw, so that was 20 from the altar. And so already by 25 minutes in the vid, I'm already 20 D an hour. And then, well, I kept going for the full hour to kind of show, like, I was wondering if I'd hit a second one or what else would happen throughout. And then I did a previous thing where I also had, like, crazy luck. But, yeah, even throughout this, hit 7 years bad luck. I'm not sure if it was this. I might have just spoiled or ruined the future clip we're about to see, but I'm pretty sure it was in a previous thing I did, and then just a small test, and I'd already dropped a 7 years bad luck, and then I was like, oh shit, I could have got an apothecary, dude, because it was like almost 1-to-1 on those, maybe 1-to-2, so like it's half an apothecary or something. It's actually insane. And then it's still 2.2 divines for a 7 years bad luck right now, because it's part of a mirror shard, and the mirror's 600D, so it's really good. But yeah, the strat's already, like, that is just the Divine Altar is the 20D per hour, and then think about all the extra loot, all the extra scarabs, all the extra fortress maps, all the extra originator dunes, all the ornate incubator popping divines, chance of mirror. It's actually insane. You can even hit div cards for basic currency throughout the altars, and I was going to do the league mechanic and I just left it. I think it's a really good time to return to this strat to farm altars to get divines, because they're, like I say, they went up. The divines were 100C at one point in the season. Now they're 160, so for them to be 60% more, and this strat was already good. Yeah, this strat's insane right now. Actually amazing. And then it's really fun too, because you just zoom acceleration shrine, like I say, every map, and covetous shrine with the high quant, and then you're just triggering altars, so you get high quantity every map. And then you should, if you keep it up, find apothecary. Like, I found 4 apothecaries this season or something, and then I really stopped this farm a while ago. That was within like the first week or 2. I had already gotten like 4, and then I started farming other stuff like the Blight and the Harbies and the Delve, and so I'd given this a break. But returning to it, it's so fun. Just 1 hour of this, it's just you're gonna feel different. It's actually crazy. I hope people actually do it and enjoy it. And oh my god. That's why I don't know if you could keep this up for like 12 hours in a row of just chaining maps back to back to back super fast. It could be a little disorienting when you're zooming so quickly, but I guess it depends on each person how like motion sickness they are and whatnot, how used they are to this. Most of the maps I try to get the number below 50 monsters remain. I had to buy Domination. Oh my god, what am I doing? I ended up cutting it here, I'm pretty sure, after this one. That was my last map, and then I did some more after. And it was mostly because... And you could see by the time I didn't cut throughout, so it's just a consistent time in the bottom left. And then even after the next is just one solid thing. I don't like... I'm not trying to cheat the the 1 hour. I just did a raw 1 hour test. And then the only reason that it's separate is because like I took a break, I bought the scarabs, and I pulled out more maps into my inventory. I think I had to roll them at this point because I might have been out. No, I don't remember. So you could add a couple extra minutes for the buying of the scarabs and the rolling of the maps. It's not that big of a deal. And then, like I say, I think I'm way over because just the altar was 20D. It's like I probably could have claimed like 40, double the amount, and so it's pretty safe saying 20, and I think 20 is still gonna be really impressive. Well, it should be. And yeah. And then, there was also throughout the season when I was doing this strat, so I mentioned the like 4 apothecaries, but there was a time when I hit the divine altar like 3 maps in a row, like back-to-back maps of divine altars. So it's pretty good when you're running, dude. It's crazy when you get the shrines and the high amount of the eater monsters and the altars and the divines. And it's still all the extra stuff too, like the doubling divs, the doubling currency, the chance of extra stuff. There's even some for scarabs, like you get ultimatum scarabs or whatnot. Oh, this was my final one. True. And then I had to buy dominations after this. I check my incubators every now and then in between maps because if I forget, I'd rather not waste the kills. So then, yeah, I was getting like 2,000 to 4,000 kills a map, which is actually crazy when you consider how little you get in the delve and whatnot. It's like, oh my god, there's actually so many monsters, and you run the fast maps, so it's actually just an insane amount. I'm at like millions of kills, and I got like 1.5 million gold or something from this strat in an hour. So it's a really good gold farm as well, because you're just farming so many monsters. And you actually like collect the gold accidentally. Divine Orb Umbrage. And you collect the gold because you sometimes backtrack to do the Eater of Worlds mobs when the lightning drops, and then you end up backtracking a little bit to clear the lightning mobs, but it's good for picking up the gold too, even though it's not on my filter. It still auto picks up, which is really sick. And then yeah, it's a good amount of gold, especially you actually do need gold. You need gold to trade, you need gold to use the currency exchange, buy instant trade items, use the King's March. You can pretty much almost never have enough gold. You always want more, unless I guess you did a gold farm only and you had like 100 million. I've only had like 10 to 15 at the highest this season, so it's not infinite gold yet. I didn't do any dedicated specific gold farm. I didn't want a surplus.
22D, a bunch of fortress, and a bunch of scarabs.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then we go again. Yeah, I prepared the incubators too. Prepared the maps. And we go again. And then it's a different session, so I'm refreshed here as well. Instead of it being technically back-to-back, it's like a 10-minute break you can see. Now it's 8:03. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't that long of a time, and it's pretty much a solid 1 hour. And then with a timer, due to Fortress map already. And then you can see 109 quant, 37 pack size. Pretty good map. And we get to add extra quant to it after. So that's where the 8 mods do so well, is that it has high pack size, and then you add quant with the shrines, so then you make up for the chisels and whatnot, and then it even comes with extra quant because of the extra mods. So 8 mods is recommended. I'm just lazy to buy them, and I just rolled my own, and I don't worry about only running the 8 mods. Yeah, definitely a thing though. Would result in more loot. And then you have to think that I did this much without 8 mods. So yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good farm, guys. And then, like I say, the Ornate incubators is amazing, and I can't believe people didn't think of it. And I'm pretty sure it's because they forget about instant trade, and they didn't. Like me, I didn't think that you could buy stacks of them, and it would actually work the price. The person sets a price for the entire stack, so like 40C for 10 of them, and then it's 4C per, and you get to buy 10 at a time, which is like a map or two worth, so minutes of farming, and that's with this strat of fast maps. You can see how I just like do this weird vacuum cleaner. I like remove all the fog and then I look for lightning. So I'm trying to just find the eater mobs. And I mentioned in my Harby farm that I noticed that the League mechanic steals the altars sometimes. And so you really do have to run through the League mechanic even though you don't even end up doing it. You collect the points because that's where you'll find spawns, and you actually try to find altars, and it steals a lot of them. This one doesn't, but it's the tower defense and the fortress is really annoying. The fortress is the most annoying because the walls don't even disappear properly because you don't have those extra checkpoints to remove big areas. In that patch, when they buffed the tower defense one, you collect the point, it does a big explosion, removes tons of extra walls, and it can chain explode to remove multiple points in one go. The fortress doesn't do that, so it's kind of just shit. Like throughout this, I realized, should I have just played standard this season and done breach, the old breach, and not even played the new season and had all my loot from standard with all my god tier legacy characters, and you weren't even supposed to play the season? But at the same time, I do like the seasons because everyone's comes back for the season. It'd be really weird to wait for the season, and then while people are playing the season, fresh reset, you go and play standard, and then you're dropping stuff that's unrelated to the season because you still drop breach scarabs, and you're running normal breach while everyone's playing the new one. And you wouldn't even know that you didn't want to. You would be missing, you would feel like you're missing out without trying it, so you actually had to play it to know for sure. And then, well, I guess once you knew, you could then switch, but at that point, then I already had my shit geared up by the time I figured out that the league mechanic wasn't that great. And then I also thought, because normally with PoE in the past, they would patch a month in and buff the league if it wasn't good, and they would make it better. Like Synthesis took a month and a half, for example, and so there is a track record of them improving leagues later. And so sometimes, even though it could not be the best at the beginning, they could improve it, and then it could be the best later. And so you give them the benefit of the doubt, and you just hope. And then, well, when it doesn't, it's like, oh, I guess they're not gonna patch it anymore, because apparently they once they were done with the PoE 1, they need those people to work on PoE 2. And so the sooner they can get done with the PoE 1, the sooner they can start working on PoE 2. Which means it really cannibalized the crew and actually cannibalized the game development of PoE 1. And but the league itself is actually pretty good with the offline trading and the minion attacks not missing, and the explode staff. If you like I say, if you think past just the league mechanic, there's much more here. And then I also didn't play last season, and they have the new memory thing where we get the originator maps, and we have a bunch of changes to the game. And even I'm playing my build so much different than I did the previous time I played. Like I played the physical, and now I'm playing the chaos, and I like I say, I have the new explode, and even I myself am very different. So it's been a lot of fun. I still had a lot of fun. Like I said, I just expected for there to be an extra patch to buff the league mechanic. Maybe make it faster, make the loot drop quicker, maybe make the circle close quicker, maybe remove the maze of the end of the hive fortress, maybe give you an acceleration shrine at the completion of the hive so you could escape quicker, because it's just kind of lame running through a maze really slow, even with my speed. It's like you can come into the high fortress with an acceleration shrine, but then it runs out during the tower defense, so that you don't have it on the way out, the most annoying part. So it feels like a heist escape, except you can't even lose the loot when you die. All you do is if you log out during the high fortress, after beating it, it just doesn't give you any blood or loot. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. I beat it, dude. Why do I have to run the maze and escape? It feels just not great, and yeah. The one that feels good is the tower defense in the map. You collect the points and then you sit there and do the tower defense, but even that, it could take a while to do it all. Waiting for the spawns and then the loot at the end. It's the best, though, of them. The circle could be decent if you get to proc it while you're still clearing the map, and then while you're clearing the map, you're just happenstance killing the circle. And if you end up stabilizing it by accident, that's the best case scenario. And then once stabilized, you just run into the middle, kill the 4 rares or the boss, and then the loot explosion can happen on you later, when you run away, and you could do something else in the map while you wait for the loot. That's the only scenario that it actually feels good, and so otherwise you're just waiting and waiting and it doesn't feel very good. So yup. So yeah, I think the 7 years bad luck was the testing right before this. I don't think it's in this video, so I'll mention it. I did drop a div card. Could have been apothecary, make the farm even better. And then it's fun that you have such nice loot to look forward to. Apothecaries, you're mirror farming, not even doing harbies, and then the fast maps, so you're actually just fishing, and then you get the most amount of altars. And then high quant. It's really fun. This strat's so sick. And then I thought I wasn't going to commentate the whole thing, but I'm at 41 minutes and I'm still going, so yup, guess we're commentating it. Pretty fun. Hope you guys have been enjoying the video as much as I have. I enjoyed making it, and I'm enjoying commentating it after as well. It's so sick just seeing me zoom and fly around. So this is one of those that I actually completed it, and then I left, because you have to think about it. I'd have to wait for that circle to stabilize, and then I have to run into the middle, kill the mobs, then you have to wait for the circle to close, which takes forever, because there should be, did you know when you do the tower defense one, the loot basically is instant, but on the circle, when you complete it after you've stabilized, it has to close. It goes this really slow closing of the circle, and you're like, oh my god, dude, there's no reason for this. It's crazy. And then even the loot explosion at the end, you have to wait. So it's just waiting on top of waiting on top of waiting. And I'm good, bro. Even stabilizing it, like I say, just leave no loot. It's like that feels better than waiting. Especially when you're doing maps this quickly and going this quick, like this fast, running around. It's insane. The amount of monsters I kill per map, the amount of loot I'm getting per map. That's where I say, like, the rest of the game is pretty good, and you don't really even need the league mechanic every map, which is kind of crazy, because that is usually the main reason that you would play a league, is you're looking forward to doing the league and getting 1.5 times the base loot by doing the league mechanic. Like, it's always been better than the rest of the game. So this is like one of the first seasons where the league mechanic wasn't better, and you don't feel like doing it, and you actually skip it, and you end up doing everything else in the game. But like I say, I ended up taking a break anyway, so then coming back and doing the other stuff was quite refreshing and quite interesting, and I kind of wanted to anyways. But then at this point, it would be kind of nice that you get the free league mechanic every map. It's in every map, and you skip it. Just a little weird. Rarity on top of rarity on top of rare. I got more rarity than quant on this map already. And then I noticed with the extra rarity, you could roll your maps magic or rare off the drop more than just normal maps, white maps. It's actually, yeah, it affects everything, not just unique drops. And then I had the other tip of, like, you don't have to collect every shrine. you're mostly just collecting acceleration and the covetous. But sometimes the reason to click the other shrines is when you don't have an acceleration shrine, you get a chance for or you have a guaranteed next extra shrine buff, and so you could have a chance to get an acceleration from a regular shrine. We hit a Valdos. There we go, acceleration shrine at the end. And then I still collect them because it could be a little bit hard to see what shrine it is when you're zooming so quickly to focus on the single point where there's monsters all around it. It's really hard to see the icon sometimes. So like, yeah, but they collapsed, and I actually waited for the loot, and it was a map and a scarab and 600 blood, and it's like, god damn it, dude. Why did I have to wait so long for that? That's where sometimes not stabilizing can actually be better, because you don't have to run back to the circle, you don't have to run into the middle, you just get some free blood and free loot. But it wasn't, I had to wait, dude. I would have left the map if it wasn't for that, and I would have already started the next one a few seconds sooner. Yup. But then there are the people that want the most amount of loot. They don't want to miss any. They don't want to leave anything behind. They have to full clear. Zero monsters remain. They get all the most amount of loot out of the map as possible. But in my case, I think about it as the maps are free. The scarabs are free. It's a really cheap farm. I just want to go again, go fast, and not worry about the maximum per map, but just the maximum amount of maps per hour, basically. So I was noticing that my speed for maps was like 1 to 2 minutes. It would vary depending on the where the shrines were, if I got acceleration, how the spawns of the eater were doing, because some of the maps just felt weird where I'd spawn the mobs and then they weren't clearing like that. I'd have to like backtrack and like stand around a little bit to wait for the things to die. I don't know why. Sometimes, most of the time, it's just explode, everything's dying, and it's great clear. But there were a couple times where I had to backtrack a little bit, and then here's where I spawned the circle, see, for free by accident, and I killed the 4, and then I continue to just run the map while the loot is happening. And then you could see 1400 blood and a mysterious womb gift. That's it. And a scarab, sorry. From all that. So then the best part would be the blood, but then even from the blood, from the whole season, I got 1 lock and 20D, and then a bunch of single D, but that's it. And I actually opened way too many, and then you realize that the womb gifts are actually worth money, so you're actually... I bought the currency womb gifts, opened them, and I was losing money, actually. I was losing money using my blood because I didn't get anything. And I was like, wait, I'm negative money doing the tree. Because you could just sell the womb gifts. Kind of crazy. And you have to click so many times because it's only 1500 blood per, and you can get like the 20k blood, so you're clicking like 17 times, not counting the like part where you have to put it into the thing. Even holding control, you have to like click on the slot and then click on the thing, so you're actually clicking multiple times, and then there's a delay too on that. Think the tree could have been more rewarding. The equipment was pretty good, but you actually had to know how to set up the equipment tree for crafting gear, and you had to target something that's actually worth money and actually know what you're doing. And I did pretty good with that with the suppressed chaos res boot gear, with the 35 move speed chaos res suppressed boots. Did pretty well, made a lot of money. Probably made more from the equipment than I did from the currency. Except for the part where then you have to actually sell it, you have to trade it, you have to put it in your stash, you have to price it, and you actually have to have somebody come and trade you and buy it. So like the big delay on that, the time, the waiting, the trading, so there's a lot more work and effort than the currency, which is just easy to price check. You know the value of your divines, you know the value of your Hinocorus lock instantly. You don't have to price check, you don't have to wait, trading's quick, you have the currency exchange. Equipment is not like that, so not as comparable. It was really good though, especially when I say like people maybe don't know what they wanted to craft, and maybe they also only focus the currency, the mysterious, and the uniques, which then yeah, mostly the ancient and the currency one and the mysterious were all of the money for the womb gifts. That's where the equipment ones were probably the most profit because you could craft good gear with it with the tree, but you had to actually sell the gear, and then your stash is filled with like you have to have stash tabs to store all that extra loot because it's equipment, boots, and weapons, and it would craft more stuff than just boots, like body armors and stuff. So you're taking up huge amounts of stash space to sell this stuff. And then that's also I would do it like limited, but at least the equipment womb gifts were cheap. They're only like 1C, so yeah, pretty good profit on that. Where the other ones, I felt like I was actually losing money, especially where I opened up all the unique ones and I never hit a mage blood or any good Foulborn the entire season. So negative money on that too. That's where you could have actually just done the league mechanic and sold the womb gifts. So then technically the high fortress is good for womb gifts. So it could be decent money in that way, but then you have to run a gigantic maze that isn't fun, and you open up those chests that are kind of hard to see in the whole thing because you're looking for the purple, and I have purple explosions happening everywhere, and then they're off to the side in the most kind of obnoxious place. They could be in the path, but they put them in the passageways between the path.
Oh, those puzzle blocks.
2 Valdos this video, dude.
I'm rich.
I feel like I could have got more of those. I feel like that was slightly unlucky to only get 2, but even 2 is pretty good. That's where I say, like, this farm was a lot of extra loot besides just the raw divines that I got from the altar. And then before this, I was just mapping for sulfite, and imagine I hit a divine altar for the boss, and it's like 4 divines. That's good, dude. A boss that drops 4 divines, guaranteed. And then the best part is when I found that altar, I realized, oh shit. Now I could look for the rest of the altars of the map before I kill the boss to try to get a duplication. If you get basic currency duplication, you could actually turn the 4 into 8. I didn't hit a basic currency duplication, and then it didn't double, so I didn't get 8, but 4 is good. 4 is good. I'm rich. Like I say, it wasn't in this vid, though. But that's one map. Like, imagine 1 to 2 minutes, and you get 4D. That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good, dude. So even the boss divine altars, not that bad. It's not that bad, especially when you have the minion divine altar and there aren't that many monsters remaining. It's pretty bad, and so at least the boss is guaranteed. There's a boss and it will drop it. There's no chance. Yeah, it's pretty nice. This farm's insane though. Highly recommend if you're still playing to fast map. Print divines. You get the most. You get a lot of the nameless seer and the reflecting mist.
Divine orb, I'm rich.
And the sentinels as well. And then I think you have like pretty good chances of the fortress maps because your chance of T17s drops as you drop one. It lowers the chance of the next one dropping. So when you do fast maps, well, you're not going to get probably more than 1 or 2, and so then you're just having the maximum amount of chance of dropping them from not even juicing map drops specifically. This one confused me. 2 altars next to each other that were bad. I'm like, which one did I look at? It's like, oh no, dude. It's pretty awkward. It's because I didn't want to skip a divine boss altar and then go kill the boss and then find out after I could have had an extra 4 divines. That's what actually happened there. My thought process. So then, yeah, at the end, I'll show the tree and go over everything, but it pretty much is the tree that I ran before. with some extra scarab chains, and yeah, it's just fast maps, altars, shrines, blocking all the league mechanics, blocking all the scarabs, and then just going for giga loot. Hella fun strat though. And yeah, just dunes. I love dunes. Such a quick map. Nothing in my way. Nothing I have to flame dash
So
over.
Divine, 2 Valdos.
A lot of scarabs. This is another part. You can see the timer is basically still the same. The other one was like 750, and then it was like 8 something, and now it's 831. So it's just back to back to back, except for the whole like setting up the inventory. And I changed the, yeah. It had happened that, so I was gonna put the 7 years bad luck one in, but I accidentally recorded the wrong screen, because when I was doing the other video, I was recording my browser, and then I forgot to switch it back. And so apparently in that whole entire first video of my hour, I farmed 2 hours actually. And the first one, all you see is a browser the entire time and no gameplay, and you don't even hear it, so you don't. It's really ruined. So I had to redo it completely, and that's why then I checked how much time I've actually already been playing, and I go, oh, okay, I need another like 8 minutes. So this is an 8-minute clip of some extra maps. I think I went over a little bit, but basically an hour, and like one of the craziest things with this is probably getting the Ornate incubators and then getting the 8 mod maps if you actually do 8 mods. Also, I wonder what the price of the Ornate incubators is going to go to after this, because I don't think people are using them because they don't know how easy it is to buy them. I bought hundreds in like seconds because the one guy had stacks of 10. You just click, and I have now 200, and I paid 40C per stack of 10. It's like, what? This is sick, dude. I didn't even have to go to multiple. I didn't have to message anybody. I just went to his hideout and bought them instantly. It's like, oh, this is really good, actually. And look how many. And they're 83, and yup, and cheap. It's sick. Fortress dunes. I thought it was a fortress. I got baited. I got a lot of dunes originator maps though from this. And like I said, they sell pretty quick at 12C per because people like the 16.5s. I don't run them, but people do like those. And it was funny to skip the league mechanic the entire time, and I actually feel like if I spent the time to do the league mechanic, I would make less money per hour because it would be slowing down my strat, less altars, less, and then I don't think I'd be making more from the league mechanic stuff, yeah, which is like kind of crazy. And it's funny that there is stuff they could do to make it better. It's possible. Will they? I don't know, dude. Seems like they should. Or they already should have, but can't make them, right? Can't make them do. They could do whatever they want. It's their game. Gotta get the druid ready. Wolf form. Are you guys gonna druid? If you've ever run shrines, like the video, guys, and if you guys like the video and you're new to the channel and you made it this far in a video of me farming shrines, like the video, hit the sub button, hit the bell to get notifications. The video's not over. I'm just doing some. I just thought of it. It's like, I love doing that, by the way. It's so funny. You get the thought in your head like, shrine? Yeah, I'll run a shrine. God damn, I'm gonna have to like the video. Hey, I got him, dude. It's also like, legitimately, if you're still watching at 58 minutes in the vid and you're not subbed or like the video, come on, dude. Come on, man. What the heck? Support the channel, dude. Become a member. financially support me too, not just emotionally. Thank you. Thank you to all my YouTube members, Patreon supporters, Twitch subs. I still have Twitch subs and I don't even stream. I fucking love you guys. True. At least you still get the the Twitch sub in my Discord as well. You get the like label and you're cool. There's a sick hour run of a farm though. It makes me want to do more of it. And then I'm already looking forward to the one guy who types, Ethan, I ran this farm and I didn't get the final. It's like the guy didn't even, the person doesn't even do it, they just say it and it's funny. They're like, and then they comment it in like the first 2 minutes of the vid coming out, and it's like, how did you even do a few hours of the farm if you commented in the first 2 minutes of the video, dude? True. But that's the joke. It's pretty funny. I think it's pretty funny. I get a crack out of those. Also, how's the season been going for you guys? What are your thoughts? How are you doing? What are you farming? Are you still playing? Are you just looking forward to PoE 2? Gonna do the new druid? Or are you still playing PoE 1 and you're just trying to farm some gear, and actually a video like this is exactly kind of what you wanted because you wanted a different kind of farm and you forgot that I do the shrines and you were only thinking about maybe the Blight and the Harby and the Delve and you didn't want to do those, and so to have something so simple and so fast and so enjoyable, you actually really enjoy this, and that's also a thing. I'm sure one person likes this farm. I do. I count, right? God damn. But yeah, this farm's crazy. You could even, I was basically doing this as my farm for the sulfite as well. I just took some of the scarab chance and put it in the sulfite, so you get extra sulfite, extra. Oh, I use the Nico scarab to get the guaranteed sulfite and the 150% more, and I get all the nodes on the tree basically of the sulfite stuff. But yeah, do these ornate incubators? I popped so many. And then yeah, I think it was profit just in the raw divines, but then also like I said, how many do you have to do to get a mirror? Like then you get giga profit. Like that's almost pure profit. 600D. It's just how many? That's the one question. How long would this actually take? Because if it's like you could take the number and divide it by 10, because you could do 10 at a time, and then you could times it by the 4,000 kills, so you could kind of predict how many kills it would be. And then you would know how long it takes because you know how fast the maps are. Be kind of cool. Kind of fun. That's where I could just keep doing this. But then, yeah, you'd have to drop like multiple to have some idea of a prediction of like how many you think it takes, probably. Otherwise, it could just be you got lucky or you got unlucky on the first one. You'd probably have to drop multiple off the incubators. It'd be actually crazy, though. Let me know if you guys have any luck with the farm, how you guys do. Like I say, if you're still playing. Oh yeah, the league mechanic. Oh, look at this. Look how long this takes. You already collapse it. It takes that long for the circle to close. And you get 1,000 blood and a scarab. Dude, really? Bye.